What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about MicroStrategy today at the request of SAU. SAU, we're talking about this for you, YOU. Let's get into this. MicroStrategy is going through a 10-to-1 split on August 1st, and your request was a little bit specific to pertaining to that. It was, can I do a video on MSTR? Yes, I can. How high do I think it'll go before the split next month? Really, it's next month, but it's not a month away, is it? It's more of like a half month away, less than that from the current time. And how high do I think it'll go up after the split? Thank you. And as far as the comments getting deleted, I already responded to that, but I don't know if anybody's having comments being deleted. Just understand, I'm not the one that deletes them. I don't. The only comments I delete ever are scam and spam, stuff like that. I don't care. You could say some hateful stuff to me, man. You could say whatever you want. I'm not gonna. I might talk some smack back, but I'm not gonna. That's not my nature to remove comments for any other purpose other than malicious intent toward people, right? Like scamming and trying to take people's hard-earned money, stuff like that. MicroStrategy does look like it wants to move up. It does. The question is, does it need crypto to move up for it to move up, right? Because it seems to be having it pumped, but it's pulling back a little bit, as is Bitcoin, as is the rest of the markets, right? We look at Bitcoin here. Come on now. It's sitting at $63,800. It's having a little bit of a pullback this week as well, right? I mean, it depends, I guess, on how the rest of the month goes. I would think that the split, how high does it go before the split? I think that might be it. That might be your high before the split. You might come down, and then sometime in August after the split, you'll move up. If it's a 10-to-1 split, well, you won't go to $2,454. You'll go to $245, $246, something like that. That would be my thoughts after the split, and likely beyond. Likely, you probably go up to like either what would be after the split. It'd be about like $250 to $340, somewhere in that range. Absolutely, you could even go all the way up to your 1618, which after the split would be at about $540, $545. Before the split, though, I'm kind of convinced that for the rest of the time of this month, you're probably going to consolidate. You're in this consolidation phase. You hit the top side. You're in this. It's a symmetrical triangle, is what it looks like, right? Like kind of like that, right? Kind of symmetrical. Come back down. I doubt that you're going to break out to the downside, so the split will happen when on the 1st. It'll happen on the 1st, but the shares aren't distributed until a week later. Which in that time, perhaps that's whenever you see some nice pumping going on, because then people won't have their shares to sell. Or maybe it could dump. I don't know. I don't know. I would think that you do move up afterwards, though. I don't think if you break out of this to the downside, I'm hard pressed to believe that you'd break below $1,000. I just don't see that in the cards for MicroStrategy. This in itself, however low it closes this week, I doubt it closes lower than last week's close. So I think that you will have a nice bounce off your 50. And the last time you did that, that sent you up here, you know what I mean? I don't think that's going to happen now. I don't think you're going to just blast off. I think it might be, again, the rest of the month that you consolidate. But let's look at the daily. Let's see if we can look at that. Yeah, it looks like you're moving down. That's a nice rejection off your daily overbought zone. The last time you saw that was up at your highs here, so you're probably working your way down. But again, I don't think you'll go like too much below 1,300. You could go below 1,300, but not too much below it, like 270. Or sorry, 1270 to 1300, something like that. That's my expectation. Yeah, so that's all I got, man. And then afterwards, again, it's a 10-to-1 split. Let's look at this real quick. High point to low point. I would think 245 to 340. That's your next target area. You absolutely could run all the way up here, but I have a funny feeling that MicroStrategy would more so probably find resistance in this area. It might come back, find support, and then work its way. It might not just be a straight shot. Maybe inevitably you do, but I don't know if you reach that. You might, but I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. Last cycle, MicroStrategy topped off in February, right? Bitcoin topped off in November. Its cycle end was in May, right? I'll show you what I mean. Like, what do you mean? It topped off in November, but its cycle high was in May. Yeah, so actually April, right? I guess depending on how you want to look at it, the cycle could have ended here, which would have been March. But I guess April was the end of the cycle, to be completely fair, because then we just moved sideways. This is not a bull cycle, right? Before, that's a crab market. Beforehand, this is the bull cycle, but that ended with the high there. That first high came in April, where on MicroStrategy, your high, your end of your bull cycle for MicroStrategy, which was very short-lived, was in February, so 2 months beforehand. I don't think MicroStrategy would top off. I just don't think it's going to reach 54, or it'd be $543 at the time after the split. I don't think that's its next move. I think that'll be end of the cycle stuff. Next year stuff. This year, I see it going to this area, $245 to $340. And again, I'm basing those numbers off of what would likely be after the split. I don't think you're going to see it before the split. So before I keep repeating myself, that's all I got. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content. I talk about MicroStrategy very often. I talk about other cryptos and stocks as well. Whatever you guys want me to do analysis on, you know what I mean? Leave a request in the comments. It will be fulfilled within a couple days at the most. So take it easy, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.